Hey, what's going on guys? Butterbar here, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, to get away from the drama that's been happening in Modern Warfare the past couple of days, I figured we'd talk about something that it recently came up on news of the subreddit of Modern Warfare. One thing that we could actually get excited about as players for this game, and that is the list of game modes that we actually found in the PC beta version of the Modern Warfare beta. So, to me, honestly, looking at this list, I'm happy that somebody was able to find stuff like this, be able to find, you know, what type of things we get to look forward to when this game releases. However, looking at this list and seeing that there's over 30 game modes that people were able to find in the PC beta, it makes me kind of think that maybe some of these things are not actually going to stick around. I know at least in the development of games, you know, developers try different game modes. They try to see what works, what doesn't, what is fun, what is not. So I think at least when this Modern Warfare beta got released and people were able to find out all the different game modes that were actually in the beta, some might not actually be in the full release. So it's interesting to see what type of ideas, what type of game mode ideas that they had for the Modern Warfare game. And it's just interesting to me that we are going to see some returning ones like Team Deathmatch, Domination, stuff like that. But also too some that we've actually seen from the Modern Warfare series, actually going all the way back to Modern Warfare 3 back in 2011, of things, game modes in that game that are actually returning to this game from Modern Warfare. So it's very interesting. However, there are some new game modes that were in this list. Again, some of these game modes, I don't know what they are. I don't know if anybody knows what they are because of the different names that they have for them. But again, you know, we could be seeing, you know, a list this large when the game fully releases with up to, you know, over 30 game modes or not. We maybe could see maybe 15 or 20, but it is interesting to see what type of ideas they planned on having with this game. Now, again, like I said, we will go over this list, and again, it is subject to change. Again, we are over, well, I guess we're under a month now before the game releases. So again, it's all subject to change, but let's go ahead and get into the list of the different game modes that at least have been leaked on the subreddit of Modern Warfare. First off, Team Deathmatch. I think everybody knew that. You know, it was in the Modern Warfare beta. Now, this actually includes hardcore as well. So in this list, it's going to be all different types of game modes, and I'm going to let you guys know what they plan on doing as hardcore, and then what they just plan on doing regular. So again, there's going to be things like Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, stuff like that. Some game modes will have not only core, but hardcore as well. So we'll kind of go through that. So number 2, they have survival. I don't know what survival is. That is one thing that, again, maybe it's like a last man standing type of thing, you know. Maybe it's like, I don't know if one in the chamber, well, I guess one in the chamber is in this list, so I don't know, but it's interesting to see what survival is. Maybe it's like a search and destroy game mode, but there's no objective. It is just, you know, whoever is the last man standing or last team standing. So it's very interesting. So that's survival. Number 3, they have showdown, and showdown with hardcore. Again, that's another game mode I don't really know too much about. I looked in the previous Call of Duty games and never found a showdown, so that'll be interesting to see if that actually makes it in. Search and destroy, and that actually has hardcore as well, so I think everybody knows what Search and Destroy is. Search and Rescue they have in here, and I'm wanting to know what Search and Rescue is because I thought that is what Cyber Attack was. So I'm very interested to see what Search and Rescue is. I'm assuming it's like, I would say it's pretty similar to what Search and Destroy is, and maybe what Cyber Attack is. So maybe it's a Search and Rescue is Search and Destroy, but you can still do revive. So I don't know, that'll be interesting to see what Search and Rescue is. Rupture, again, I don't know if that is I don't know what new game mode that is. Onslaught, number 7, again, that is a game mode I don't know what in the world that is. One in the chamber, that's very interesting to see in a Modern Warfare game. I think, what was it? One in the chamber actually got introduced in Black Ops, so it's interesting to see that we will be seeing some party game modes. I think that's the one thing that as Call of Duty games go out there, it's really nice to have team deathmatch, domination, stuff like that, ground war, but it's also fun to have some of these party games. I feel like most of the time when it comes to Call of Duty games, we don't really get too many party game modes, so it's nice to see that maybe one in the chamber will actually be making a return in a Modern Warfare game. Kill confirmed, that is going to be hardcore as well. Incursion, I don't know what Incursion is. Again, another game mode that they probably tried out, didn't work out, or maybe they might introduce later on, but again, as somebody that has been playing Call of Duty games for years now, I don't know what that game mode would be. Hardpoint is making a return. Ground War, I think we all knew that from the Modern Warfare beta. Fire Team, I'm assuming that is like, well, no, you know what, Fire Team, maybe that is like the tactical team, the tactical team deathmatch or something like that. I can't remember what exactly, Team Tactical, I think is what it was called back in the Modern Warfare series, where it was either teams of 3 or teams of 4. I think it was teams of 3, and you just went, 3 on 3, and it was kind of fun game game modes like that. So it's interesting to see what Fire Team might be. Free for All is making a return. That's with hardcore. Drop Zone. Look, I made a video about game modes I would love to see return in the Modern Warfare game. Drop Zone was a really fun game mode that was in Modern Warfare 3, and basically it's capturing different points, kind of like King of the Hill. There's capturing different points around the map, and as you capture those points, you actually have supply drops dropping in to that location. So whoever controls it, it's their care packages. So it's a very interesting game. It is a lot of fun. Again, a very fun party game, and I'm happy to see that Drop Zone is on here. I really do hope Drop Zone actually makes a return. Defender, now again, Defender is very interesting because in Modern Warfare 3 they had a game mode called Team Defender, and that mode was based off of whoever captured a flag. I believe the way the game mode worked is that whoever had the flag, or whoever teams had the flag, their kills actually counted towards a score. So if you killed the person with the flag and you were able to capture it, you're able to get points back and forth. So again, Defender is very interesting. Team Defender was in Modern Warfare 3, but you know that might be actually making a return as well. All or Nothing. I never played All or Nothing. Again, that was a game mode that was in Modern Warfare 3. There wasn't a whole lot of description for it, and again, I've never played All or Nothing, so it'll be interesting to see. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys know what All or Nothing is? I actually don't. I have no idea, but maybe you guys do. Breach at number 19. Breach, again, it's a game mode that I've never heard about, so again, something they might have tried out. Invasion, and this is with hardcore as well. I'm maybe thinking Invasion. What if, kind of similar to what, I don't know if maybe Control, like kind of like how Black Ops 4 has that, or what about the actual ground war missions that were in World War II? What if Invasion is something similar to that? That would be really badass, and again, I was a huge fan of the war modes that were in World War II. You have Fire Missions, again, that is with hardcore, but I don't know exactly what that is. Assault, again, another game that I don't know. Arms Race, again, let me know in the comments below. As I'm reading this list, again, there's a lot of game modes like Invasion, Fire Mission, Assault, Arms Race. If you guys know exactly what that is, I don't. I've gone through the entire Call of Duty series and haven't never found any of these game modes. So again, these might be game modes that, you know, maybe the developers tried at Infinity Ward, maybe they worked, maybe they didn't, or maybe, you know, maybe they did work and they'll actually be introduced into this game. It'll be a whole new game mode. But again, it's interesting to see a lot of these different games that were in this list that, again, we've never heard about. So maybe we'll actually get a giant list of different game modes in this, to where, I mean, there is you know, there might be a lot of new game modes introduced in this brand new game. Let's go to number 24, and that's Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag, actually, it's a very fun game mode, but you don't really see it too often in Call of Duty games recently. I mean, I really honestly remember playing Capture the Flag only like maybe in Black Ops 1, but again, it's a game mode, a very tactical game mode that, again, I don't really see too often that is in Call of Duty games. Or maybe it's like, you know, Capture the Flag is maybe introduced later on, or maybe as a limited time game mode. So again, Capture the Flag is interesting to see on here, but again, I don't know if it'll actually be making a return. Cyber Attack, again, we got to play that in the Modern Warfare beta. That's going to be hardcore as well. Domination, again, another game mode that was introduced that has hardcore as well. Grind, again, I don't know what that game mode would be. Gun games making a return, so again, more party game modes that we're going to be seeing. Headquarters with hardcore, again, we got to play Headquarters in the Modern Warfare beta. High Value Target, so I found this to be a very interesting game mode because, again, I don't think we've ever played anything like this. However, one game mode that I think that I've actually played that has something similar to this is in Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 had a game mode that was similar to what this thing is called, which was a high-value target thing. And the way that it worked is that one person would be designated as the high-value target, and if that player died, it would be adding a point to the team. So, you know, the rest of the team was protecting that one person, but if they died, it added a point towards whatever team got the kill. So it's going to be, again, very interesting seeing that, and that was actually a lot of fun. If you've ever played Titanfall 2 and you played that game mode, it was a really enjoyable game, so it'll be interesting to see it introduced into a Modern Warfare game. Infected is making a return. Again, that was a game that was in Modern Warfare 3 as well, but Infected has been pretty much in all other games. Reinforce, I don't remember that. That might be an Infinite Warfare, maybe. Where, like, you have bases and stuff like that, and you have a little bit of health, you know, landing or, you know, spawning at your base or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's what a Reinforce is. Team Juggernaut. Now, Team Juggernaut, again, sounds pretty interesting, but there was actually a game mode in Modern Warfare 3 where you actually had both teams had Juggernaut type suits where you just had a lot more health, and you planted, like a search and destroy type of game mode. So interesting to see that. Again, it's been a game mode in other Call of Duty games, so it'll be interesting to see what Team Juggernaut is. What about this? I thought this was kind of cool. What if Team Juggernaut is maybe one person is a Juggernaut, AI or a Juggernaut, person or equipped, and he's fighting off like a team of 4 or something like that. And you kind of see, it's kind of like a monster versus the other players. I thought that'd be kind of a cool concept of it, but I don't know what Team Juggernaut is. Lastly, we have Gunfight, and that is with Hardcore as well. So guys, that is the list. That is the list. It's 34 items that were in this list of whoever found, the game modes in the Modern Warfare PC beta version of the game. So it's very interesting. Again, there was a lot of game modes that were listed in that I really don't know. I mean, there's like things like Incursion, Invasion, and stuff like that, and Fire Team and whatnot, or Fire Mission. There's a lot of game modes in there that I've never heard of. So it'll be interesting to see when this game fully releases if we actually do have a lot of new game modes, or it's just stuff that the developers tried out. The one interesting thing that I was kind of wondering is that game modes like Headquarters and Domination will have 10v10. So it doesn't say in the list what game modes will have 10v10, but it was just kind of one thing that as I was reading the list, I was like, you know what? I'm seeing Hardcore, I'm seeing all these new game modes, but I'm actually wanting to know, with 6v6, 10v10, and then you have Ground War and stuff like that, what other game modes are we going to be seeing with large amounts of players of being able to play those game modes? So it's just kind of food for thought. I kind of wonder what it's going to be like, but again, with less than a month away, it'll be an interesting way of seeing what this Modern Warfare does, not only with hopefully Infinity Ward and Activision being able to handle the drama that's going on right now, but also being able to hype up the game. Hoping this video at least hypes it up a little bit. Again, with everything that's going on, I'm trying to be a little bit excited about this game. Hopefully it'll be good. But it is interesting to see, the different game modes that we possibly see in the game. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this list? What are you excited for? What are you anticipating? And what do you look forward to playing if some of these game modes actually do make it into the full game? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you guys all next time.